Imagine waking up to the soft whispers of the Atlantic breeze, sunlight filtering through wooden slats, and the gentle rustle of palm leaves dancing in harmony with the ocean's rhythm. Welcome to the MMB Residence. This isn't just a house, it's a quiet rebellion against the cold, lifeless sterility of modern urban living. Designed by Pittá Arquitetura and nestled in the lush coast of Praia do Otavio. This is a space where materials breathe, views matter, and nature isn't just a backdrop, it's the main character. Everywhere you turn, wood greets you, not polished to perfection, but left with enough soul to remind you that it once stood tall. Concrete grounds the structure, but never overwhelms. It's humble, but not shy, elegant, but not showy, and most of all, it makes you feel like you've arrived somewhere you didn't even know you were longing for. Of course, let's not romanticize too much. You and I both know that building a home like this is no small feat. It takes money, good money, and time, and patience, and vision, and more money. You don't just stumble into this kind of architecture. You work for it, dream it up over decades, and maybe, just maybe, you find a plot of land worthy of the idea. But when all the pieces align, the result is something like this: an open-air living room that listens to the sea, a kitchen that breathes with the trees, bedrooms that don't just offer rest, but perspective. Even the transitions between spaces feel natural, like walking through a forest trail rather than a hallway. The landscaping doesn't scream either. It whispers, native plants carefully chosen not just for beauty, but for resilience. Everything here respects the land, and you can tell. It doesn't fight the climate, it embraces it through cross, ventilation, shading, and positioning. The house invites the elements in, instead of shutting them out. And sure, it's easy to fall in love with the aesthetics, the rich textures, the natural light, the layers of wood, glass, stone. But what really strikes you, if you're paying attention, is the restraint, the confidence to leave some things unfinished, the clarity to know when enough is enough. You might walk through this house and think, I could live here forever. Then, in the same breath, realize that forever is a concept invented by people who've never watched a coastline erode, or a forest reclaim its ground. Because even this jewel, is temporary. Maybe that's what makes it so moving. It reminds us that good architecture isn't about permanence, it's about presence. It's about knowing where you are and owning that, fully, with humility and grace. And maybe, just maybe, it's also about reward. The reward of finally arriving at a place that reflects not who you want to be, but who you really are when everything else falls away. So, what would it take for your home to feel like this? If this place stirred something in you, a quiet longing or a restless dream, don't ignore it. Maybe it's time to rethink what a home truly means. Not a trophy, not a checklist, but a mirror. One that reflects your values, your pace, your place in the world. If this house speaks to you, let it start a conversation. I'll be here, listening, reflecting, and sharing more stories like this. Until next time, take care. And don't just build, dwell.